Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Pro League Week 2 of Split 1. There's going to be a lot of numbers here in a few weeks that I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with, but it is I, Colin the Crow Clark, and I am being joined by the most handsome man, the smartest man, the best man on the planet who is not named the good Lord himself above. It is Jacob MVPR. How are you feeling, my brother?
I mean, I was feeling good coming into this one. Not only did I get to cast the match, I got to watch you, but now I get to cast with you. How much better can it get? But it does get better, Colin. And do you know why? Because I got gifted. I got gifted from God himself, the match that I've been wanting to watch coming into this one. We get to cast Carnage Gaming versus the Pittsburgh Knights.
Oh, I know. Look, like my man Taylor said before the break, look, sometimes the players call an audible inside the match. Well, sometimes we here on the show got to call an audible. We get the chance to see Pittsburgh Knights versus Carnage Gaming. One of the teams that's been the scrappiest in the league has gone out and given everybody their best punch, haymaker for haymaker, jab for jab, standing in the middle of the ring. I mean, we'd be nuts. We'd be a few sandwiches short of a picnic. We'd be a few beers short of a six-pack. We'd be a few cards short of a full deck had we not tuned into this one. And I know you're really excited for this one. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. I want you to kind of break this down for me. You watch these two teams a lot. You know one of these teams very well. You're on one, not on the team, but you're on the bandwagon of the team. You're on the bandwagon of one of the teams. That's fine. I'll call you out on that. Give me a little insight. What do you think this matchup is going to be like? Because we just got to see the Knights be very dominant.
I just want to say one thing first. It can't be a part of the bandwagon if you help start. If you help start the whole thing.
Okay.
I help build that wagon. I help put the wheels on. I'm not driving. It's my chance to sit back, relax. I'm in the back seat. I got my drink ready, and I'm just going to go ahead and watch this match ahead of us because we got a heck of a match. As much as I'm over here and saying love this squad right in front of us, and the team that I voted for last week, the Pittsburgh Knights right in front of us. And so we got to update that SuMuNs jersey. We did get another one coming in, but this squad is probably my favorite squad to this season. They have what it takes on different looks. That man, Raver, on that left side, he is an addition that they absolutely needed. They not have known that they needed it, but they absolutely needed it, and it fits in well. And then that man over on the right side, nope, not SuMuNs. I already mentioned him once, but Monkyz. I'm going to go ahead and say it again and again. This man does not get enough credit. This man is an MVP style player, and he shows us time and time again. I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction all season. Actually, I'm going to go save it. I'm going to save it, Colin.
I mean, you almost gave it up anyway earlier, all right? So I think we all know which way you lean in just to get into this matchup. But look, the Pittsburgh Knights they do have a lot of star players. They do have a lot of high caliber players over there, but they're going up against a team that I really enjoy watching. Look, I kept counting them out in those playoffs, in those qualifiers, and even in that LCQ because they couldn't figure out how to close rounds. That's a very important statistic if you ask me. But we come over here and we get the chance to see Dyslexic and Shockwqve, two of my favorite players in the world. Shockwqve has become Mr. Consistency, almost like that Monkyz type player for Carnage Gaming. He says, look, whatever you need me to do, I'll go out and try to get it done for you. Dyslexic, meanwhile, has put on an absolute show week in and week out. He has put this team on his back when he's needed to. He's won 2v1s. He's won 1v1s. He said, look, guys, I got a 1v1 at the B-Hill, and I'm pretty sure all the way from here in Virginia, I can hear somebody be like, you got it. So I can't wait to see how Carnage goes up against Pittsburgh Knights, because Carnage, they're going to have to rely a little bit more on teamwork. They're going to have to rely a little bit more on their ability to try to rotate around the map, because you can't outslay the Pittsburgh Knights. That's going to be a very difficult thing to do, a very tall task. But we're going to have to see what maps they've decided to wage this war upon with our pick and bans. And as you take a look at it here, Pittsburgh goes ahead and gets rid of that Forge. You see Carnage get rid of Ascar. They say, let's get that out of here. I'm kind of surprised at that, but later on, when they have that final ban, they get rid of Training Grounds. I almost thought that we'd see Pittsburgh Knights jump all over that TG with a chance to go up against Carnage to try to get that easy map. But you take a look at this. District, Asylum, Bunker. Which way are you leaning, and what can Carnage do to try to get into this one?
I'm trying to throw my feelings out the window and really break down this match. District Asylum, maps number 1, maps number 2. Those are kind of like standard when it comes to Gears of War. You don't really see a lot of these maps get banned away, and rightfully so. These are kind of like a rotation-centered map, so of course you have your aggression coming through, and I do think it's an opportunity for Carnage Gaming. As high as I am on this Pittsburgh Knights squad, you can't knock what they've been able to do, and you said it yourself, that man Dyslexic on that squad, he leads the charge. And maps like District Asylum, there's a lot of room for him to maneuver around the map and make some big plays. And I want to go ahead and play that devil's advocate, like I said, on the side of Dyslexic. He was actually that sub for the Pittsburgh Knights when I do believe they either went to the grand finals or won that emergence stage. So he is ready to bang with the best of them at a moment's notice.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. PR is saying that Shockwqve, Dyslexic, they've got to lead the charge for Carnage, and it's got to be on the shoulders of Dyslexic because he's played with the Pittsburgh Knights. He's probably got some insight into the Pittsburgh Knights and how they'll play. And everybody out there in the chat, I know they're probably waiting on these predictions. They've seen me pick against the Pittsburgh Knights before. I might have made a joke and tried to play around and say that I might even try to pick against them last game against Elevate, but there's not going to be any jokes. I'm not going to mince words. I'm not going to treat this like it's some kind of game. It's Pittsburgh Knights. It's a 2-0, and I don't know how close it is. They just seem to be on a roll that is almost unfathomable. I mean, they are playing at peak performance right now.
I mean, how can you top that? How can you top that at all? Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head on a lot of different keys on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. But I'm going to go ahead and say Carnage Gaming, they're one of those teams that have surprised everyone over and over and over again. That qualification process, they kind of got ailed a bunch by closing out games. And if you already saw into this pro league, they're not so much hindered by that. But like you said, they have so many stars on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. You bring back in Dezonide, and they have one of the best coaches in Gears of War in Demise. It's kind of hard to bet against him, and I'm not going to be that man to do it. So I'm going Pittsburgh Knights all the way.
So you and I got Pittsburgh Knights together. I mean, we've got this pretty solidified, but I think we've got an upset from the chat. I mean, this was so close. We probably had to have a recount in Florida to figure out who the chat. Oh no, wait, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. It was 82%. It was 82%. They were damn near unanimous. I don't know who that 18% was, but they was making this thing even out. They was like, you know what? We gonna jump out on the ledge. But they're going to find out very shortly, like Wiley Coyote did. There's nothing down there waiting for you, my brother. You're going to jump out on that ledge by yourself. 82% picks the Pittsburgh Knights. So we got a clean sweep here in the predictions department. We know what our maps are. We know who we're picking. PR, any final thoughts before we start revving this thing up?
I mean, as high as we are on the Pittsburgh Knights, as much as we both think that they're going to be a shoo-in for this victory, it's up to Carnage Gaming really to answer that call. The pressure is on them, the young guns, really to make a name for themselves. They've done a good job so far, but this is the test. Pittsburgh Knights, what I like to call probably the #1 team in the game at this moment. So if you're Carnage Gaming and you're looking to be the man, it's time to beat the man.
Oh, big quote from Ric Flair. Can't ever go wrong with a quote from the man himself. 16-time world champion, styling and profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. You know how he does and we do. Look, you don't think I ever took lessons from the great Ric Flair. I know we got all the players in the lobby. We're going to probably be launching this thing in a few moments. But it's like you said, the young guns, they got to show up and they got to show out. They have got to come forth in this and show no fear. One of the things that we have gotten to see time and time again historically, when teams finally get their chance to go up the likes of UYU, they give them too much respect. It's almost like fear, and they get overtaken. Pittsburgh Knights is playing at that same kind of peak performance. They're playing at that scary level of a team. So right now, you've got to come in here. You got to give them the respect, but you can show no fear whatsoever. If you are Carnage Gaming, you got to try to punch them in the mouth early, and you got to try to take advantage of those fights early. You cannot get drawn out into one of those battles that the Pittsburgh Knights have shown themselves to be oh so good at, and that's the quick rotation game, PR. They have gotten out in front of people time and time again and put them on the back foot.
And honestly, as much as I think it'll be a shoo-in, the Pittsburgh Knights are going to take this, I would not be surprised if Carnage Gaming somehow completed the upset because of the way this Pro League has been going so far. A lot of these results, I don't think anybody would have guessed them to be this way. And one of those other teams kind of on the side, Rise Nation, not necessarily performing to their best ability. So anything could happen here today when Carnage steps up to the plate, has an opportunity to take off the top dogs in their own region as well. Because I know we combine Latin America and the North American regions, but this is an in-house rivalry. They're going straight down to this one as we get underway. District is going to be our first map, Colin. Take it away.
Well, District is our first map. As you spoke, everybody is in the game, loaded up and ready to go. And this is one of those maps where taking over that middle of the map, being able to shoot out of those giant windows to take control of the B-Hill is a definitive impressive advantage. So here we go out of spawn. We're going to see a 2v2 here in the middle of the map. And Shockwqve almost goes down instantaneously. He tries to get out of the door and is met with 2 Lancers of the Pittsburgh Knights and now has to basically roll around and try to stay safe.
Someone gets down early on. That Lancer fire is being answered back. You said it, Shockwqve early on, taking a ton of damage. This time around, Pittsburgh Knights going for that early capture on B. But look over on the other side of the map. Carnage Gaming knows they're not going to get that capture, and they want to make sure they do their right moves on their own. They want to get this decap to come through. Tons of damage being going and fired out from Monkyz and Raver, but a flank coming through from Shockwqve could be a huge thorn in the side and possibly a stop. But there goes one of the players I highlighted, Raver, and that's going to be a huge double kill to start off the game.
Now we're going to see BGod try to come off of spawn, come rotate back from home to home. They're going to be running into Dezonide, who's going to hold down that bottom bandstand area. And this is going to be a big pinch for the side of Carnage. They have to worry about members coming off of spawn. He turns around, he sees that they're going to pinch him out. Here comes the next rotation in. That's going to be Identivez. He's taken down. That's a good kill by them. And now BGod has to be worried. He can get Lancered out. SuMuNs gets walked up on from behind. Carnage Gaming trying to stay in this round by just winning shotgun fights around the map. The points are 2 out of the reach of either team, as neither team has passed that 100-point marker. But it looks like instead of going for their home in the neutral, Carnage Gaming is trying to set up shop on Pittsburgh Knights' home hill.
Cap domination just a second as Faint gets their home hill. PK, they're gonna need a big stop. Raver does get taken out, but the trade coming through for both Dezonide and Monkyz, that's gonna be crucial as they go ahead and fight for some positioning. This is the longest respawn timers of the game as they pick up another kill. That's actually gonna be even bigger as Shockwqve goes down as well. They're not only picking up these eliminations, Colin, they're staggering the deaths. And with these long respawn timers, that's gonna be huge. 2 more kills on the side of Pittsburgh Knights, along with a win by elimination in just 2 minutes. They're already starting off in very different looks to start off the game.
It's never over playing against the Pittsburgh Knights. You got to fight until the final gong. You got to fight until the final tick of the timer. Because as you can see there, no matter how well Carnage rotated, winning those mid-round adjustment fights, even getting kills on the likes of SuMuNs, calling him out in the middle of the map and getting him beaten down and taken out, it took matters of moments for the Pittsburgh Knights to come off of respawn, get back into the fight, and slowly but surely start staggering the eliminations of the Carnage Gaming members, one after the next, getting that elimination. Both teams throwing out those early utilities, so nothing new there, PR. We come here in round number 2. Multiple members of both teams went through the info in the juice area to try to take a 2v2. It looks like we're going to see basically the same thing. Carnage had a chance to double cap the home hill, but it looks like they're going to try to send Absenz over across the middle. But with Shockwqve down, that's going to open things wide up for Pittsburgh to take a dominating lead here in the early goings.
We already see the strategy on this initial coming through for the Pittsburgh Knights. They're waiting for the mistakes to be made for Carnage. And there goes another kill. Raver picks up one with the help of Monkyz. They're really forming themselves a little bit of a duo here. We know Dezonide and Identivez work together really well. SuMuNs just filling in all the gaps. He's that solo player. He's that 1v1 style guy. And right now, the Pittsburgh Knights are on every different front, just dominating Carnage Gaming. They're just making it look easy.
Shockwqve can't roll out of that initial info or juice too early because he gets Lancered out and gets taken down. SuMuNs has a perfect angle from the cinema, the little edge, the little ledge he takes. He's able to Lancer down and hit you on that first cover. You have to be able to get him into a better position. Maybe take the left side of the map, go down toward the fountains, go down toward bandstand, and try to force a fight on the bottom side of the map. Because every time he's gone to that middle cover or up towards cinema, he has been Lancered down quicker than a hiccup, and he's out of the round. And then you have a 5v4. They need to be more careful with these initial lives. That's going to come back to haunt them especially against great teams like the Pittsburgh Knights. They've already put down that drop shot. The Pittsburgh Knights have the lead in the utility selection, but Carnage, they're looking to just beat them up down here.
See Absenz wasting no time, going straight in, throwing that flash across, but Carnage unable to take advantage. Multiple players getting downed out. Shockwqve gets taken out. Dyslexic, Feint, Absenz. 4 members taken out. Could be win by elimination. I don't think Shockwqve's going to have that opportunity to push back in. 29 seconds. Each of these rounds becoming quicker than the next. Pittsburgh Knights. Talked about them being one of the best teams in the game right now, and they are just dominating their opposition, not giving them a chance to breathe. And that's what you got to do if you're one of the best teams in the game. You have to show up, and you have to prove it, and then just go home, have a nap, take a sleep right afterwards, whatever you got to do.
They must have a dinner reservation. I mean, what they did to elevate, and now what they're doing to Carnage in this, they've got to have a dinner. I'm calling agents right now. I'm trying to call travel agents, road agents. I'm trying to find out where they eat dinner at, because they be eating good right now. Because these boys are playing at an all-time high, and with a big, full stomach, you just play that much better. I'm sure they're eating some of the best food you can get your hands on in the entire world. So right now, they're up 3-0. Here comes the flashbang down to the back of the bandstand. Raver's going to pull out. He's going to say, hey, look, that ain't for me. I'm staying flash for about 15 more seconds of my life. Someone's going to get taken down. Good little overtake by Dyslexic. They get the drop shot. This looks like it could be the first round that Carnage could come away with. It is the quickest respawns, though. So they have to push across, and they have to push quickly, because SuMuNs is already going to be off of respawn. Dezonide's going to be right behind him in about 1 more second.
Absenz brings that drop shot, thinking he's going to have some opposition. So the Pittsburgh Knights spawning up and making a smart play right away, not putting their lives in danger on that drop shot. So with that kill on Shockwqve, that's where they're going to be getting maneuvered together, work together as a unit, and solidify hill by hill. But Absenz, still that player, he's actually on his side of things. I actually thought he was overextended, so it makes me wonder, Colin, why did he bring the drop shot all the way back? He could have closed out the game.
He probably could have gotten at least 1 more kill there. Now Absenz, he's going to rotate toward that middle of the map inside the info. They're playing back. They're playing a little safe. This is what I was worried about, ladies and gentlemen. He has to be very careful about showing too much respect for the side of the Pittsburgh Knights, because even though they got the 2-1 hill advantage, as we saw in the first round, it's never over, and it could be flipped on its head in a matter of seconds, especially if you overshoot the drop on Dezonide and allow him to live out for quite some time.
These are the moments, if you're Absenz, if you're Carnage game, you got to make sure you make every single one of those drop shots count. And so far, I'm not seeing that. And with a 3-0 deficit to overcome and an elimination on BGod, they're going to have to start putting together some kills. Feint gets taken out by Dezonide. That's going to be a huge double kill. Drop shot going out and connects with Monkyz, but I don't know what he's going to gain off of that elimination. Luckily for him, Dyslexic go ahead and lead the charge low side. So, okay, they're going to get their home hill back. They're going to get a moment to breathe. But with these players getting eliminated top side, getting their death staggered, and 2 hills continuously in favor of Pittsburgh Knights, they're easily going to come back, especially with a kill like that coming out from Identivez.
Absenz is all of a sudden between 2 different members of the Pittsburgh Knights. Now here comes BGod to try to help him out. He goes down as well. Identivez still threatening the home hill of the Carnage Gaming players. You're going to see Shockwqve try to move in. Good first shot out. And Identivez, he knows it's only a 10-point differential. He tries to get out with his life, but now that they've gotten the extra kill, Dezonide has the new drop shot. This thing is right back in the Pittsburgh Knights' favor, and this is going to be an easy round for them to solidify. They bounce that drop shot off, going for probably a little shot over the cover, but misses that one. Now Dyslexic gets 2v1. He's going to be down. Nobody's going to be in the area to get the revive on him quite easily. They're going to roll across toward the home hill. Only BGod stands between them and a triple cap domination, and he's on his last life. Absenz trying to make something happen here at the B hill.
He said he's trying to make something happen. He was able to get that decap and 1v1 gets SuMuNs. Now the rotation coming through and a quick revive coming through for Raver. Do they know Raver is there is the thing. Another down on SuMuNs. Raver trying to do what he can. He's now in a 1v2 situation. Gets the revive on Dezonide again, though. That is going to be key. 1 kill from Dezo. Raver does go down, but the reinforcements are there. Absenz actually does take out SuMuNs, and Raver dies to Dyslexic. So it looked like right there, all Pittsburgh Knights all the way until Carnage Gaming finally answered back, but I might have cursed him. In that same second, Dezonide and Identivez work together, probably the longest reigning duo now in Gears of War, and they're making it happen.
Dezonide rolls back, finish that kill off, or Identivez is going to finish that kill off after protecting his teammate. 3 members of Carnage Gaming are already down and out in this final round of the half, 10 seconds away from a 4-0 lead in map number 1. And PR, how do I put this nicely?
Don't.
They're checking him for cancer. That's what they're doing. They're trying to give him a routine check. Look, everybody in the chat, get yourself checked out. Pittsburgh Knights spreading the word. They're trying to make sure that, you know, everybody from Carnage Gaming is good. Good on them. Good on them. That's a healthy dose of good sportsmanship, right, PR? That's what we saw?
I mean, all we saw was a healthy dose of the Pittsburgh Knights going ahead and digging that grave for Carnage Gaming. It's not looking pretty. It's not looking nice. And Colin, there almost is no nice way to put it. 4-0. We talked about this team, and one of their biggest problems is closing out games. The Pittsburgh Knights have just put a whole new load of problems on their plate, and one of those is getting around.
They're making it difficult on everybody. They come away with a 10-2 in their game 1. They're up 4-0 right now. They're looking to close this out, try to get up to a 15-2 round count on their night. I mean, they're making this look like easy money, simple work. Identivez hits him with a shot as he transfers cover. They got the down. They're going to pistol him out. Now Identivez moving up. He's going to go for the drop shot. Will get it in his favor. He's going to throw one out to the middle of the map and find Feint behind the first pillar. Now he has to worry about another member of Carnage Gaming. I think it is Dyslexic, and Dezonide said, don't worry, brother, I got you. Don't worry, tag out. Hit me with a hot tag.
So, now we're into halftime, though. Longer respawn timers yet again. So even though that was an initial one by the Pittsburgh Knights, that's enough time for Carnage Gaming to get back up due to the elimination. But once again, Dezonide showing no mercy to Abs. Don't do it to him. He gets another one. Oh, thank God he was finally put down, because I couldn't take no more of that. My heart can't contain it. So Carnage Gaming finally showing some life here. They should get the decap on this neutral. They get another elimination on SuMuNs. But where are the captures? Where are the captures coming through? And finally, it does look like F is going to be captured up. Hopefully I didn't speak to
BGod, he's going to get chased out of the bandstand by 2 members of the Pittsburgh Knights area. They're going to go ahead and get that E-Hill under their control. They're going to be up 63-9. And now you're going to see, I believe that's Dyslexic moving over. Dyslexic might go for a decap at the D-Hill, but he's going to get called out immediately and almost taken down. So this is going to be very hairy for him as he gets it back into that cinema area. Absenz, he's going to get pushed up on by Identivez. Someone somewhere on the map is taking out Dyslexic. So now this is going to get even harder for them to get a retake. 5 versus 4. And now they are down massively in points. They're down in living members on the battlefield. And Pittsburgh Knights are just absolutely killing it in every department possible.
You know, what I'm really liking about this matchup so far is Raver and Monkyz. Every time you see one of them pick up a kill, the other one is there to follow, either to get the down, help save the kill. Dezonide, Identivez, that other duo for the squad. Triple cap domination sounding off. Raver putting that final nail in the coffin as he takes out BGod. And just as fast as it started, it ends with a 5-0 domination from the Pittsburgh Knights.
Lord help anybody playing them right now. They are on a completely different level. Like I'm gonna have to go to mass, Sunday service. I'm gonna have to light some candles, eat some crackers, and do my best to figure out who can help people playing the Pittsburgh Knights right now. They are on a completely different echelon. They are playing like they are gods on Olympus. They are at a 15-2 round count across 2 games in the Pro League this week, and they're not slowing down at all. Like there's not signs of them shaking in the middle of the round. Like I expect to see them, you know, maybe falter, maybe somebody missteps here or rotates there, or somebody misses a shotgun shot, and it's just 100%. Every time I look at it, it's 100%. It's 100%.
And the thing about it all as well, Colin, is typically in these style of matches when a team is just dominating the way they are, you can see kind of some players in their playstyle, they feel themselves. They're taking extra 1v1s. They're taking fights in ways that they shouldn't take and they know they shouldn't take. But this Pittsburgh Knights is about their business. I think you hit the nail on the head about those dinner reservations. They already have 1 foot out the door ready to eat.
Yo, somebody's probably turned their Xbox off on accident. Like, yo, we beat him, right? Oh no. He took his headset off. It was bad. It was all bad, dog. It was all bad. He disconnected from the Discord. He's not sharing the screen with Demise anymore. I mean, like right now, everything is going right for them, but they're just probably assuming they've already got that hot 10-0 in the oven, just like whatever steak might be cooking. Because you know a real good filet mignon, you got to put that thing in the oven. You got to let it boil out. You got to get them juices flowing. And they're probably waiting on a great steak right now because like we both joked around, they probably got a dinner reservation, but they got to get one more map under their belt. As you can continue to see, I believe this entire highlight reel, except maybe one, is going to be Carnage Gaming. Because, I mean, you can't find much to be proud of on the side of Carnage. Shockwqve is there. We were on his screen for a minute. We got to see one kill. There's one. Dyslexic got him one in that kill feed right there. You can see it, but the rest is blue. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, your 1-0 map count lead for Carnage Gaming. We're going to Asylum PR, which plays not dissimilar to District. It is a lot about setups, taking that mid-neutral in your home hill. So Carnage coming into this, what is the hope? What is the chance that they can get these rounds?
I mean, the hope, the chance, I honestly don't know, because the way the Pittsburgh Knights are playing, they're just playing lights out. I will say Asylum allows for a little bit of a slower gameplay, so if you're losing in the same fashion that you did on District, it's almost okay, because a shot grenade, an instant grenade can really slow things down, force it to where players can't run across that street towards the top side. My only worry here is if it doesn't really get to that, to where the Pittsburgh Knights don't care about that top side. We have another 4-0 half to where it might not even see a drop shot get placed to force that top side fight, because the way the Pittsburgh Knights are playing, they're just controlling every portion of the game. And this is something that we saw when Gears of War 5 kind of first came out, when they were known as Ghost Gaming. They kind of set the tone at E-League. They set the pace, they set the meta, and every team kind of had to follow them, except for Tox, now known as UIU. So I'm kind of getting the chills, a little scared that we're seeing that same sort of dominance, to where as the game changes, updates happen, new maps are added, this is the team that is looking to create that meta and set themselves apart from the rest of the pack.
I just know you don't want deja vu. I know you don't want deja vu, because you said it yourself. Look, they set the tone that whole weekend until it got to them grand finals. So they did everything right until they had to win those last couple of maps to try to get that victory and that dub under their belt. But right now, like you said, we keep harping on it. And I'm not trying to harp on it. I'm not trying to say Carnage Gaming has no chance. Look, you got to step into the ring. You still got to play the game. Everybody has a puncher's chance once we load up into the map. We're going into Asylum, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the better maps, I think, in my personal opinion, on the entire game. I love the way it plays, the different elevations, the way that you can lancer out, the way that you can set up, even those extra pushes you can get across the underpass and through that back cave area, that middle pavilion area that I like to dub the back cave. It's one of the more interesting matches that you could take. Carnage has to win a couple of rounds early. If you go down 2-0, 3-0, it's the same old song and dance, but they are about to go heads up against the Pittsburgh Knights, down 1-0. Carnage Gaming is going to try to get back into this thing. PR, take us away, baby.
I just want to start it off with one question. This map, and don't hate me for asking, plus or minus 10 minutes? Are we going longer or less than 10 minutes here?
Minus. I'm taking the under on that, and I'm putting 20 on it.
I know I needed a nap, but man, I didn't expect to get my nap this quick. I got some more life in me. I got my ghost energy. I'm ready and energized up. I just need Carnage Gaming to feel that same way. So starting off into this matchup, you kind of see that slow gameplay, but that's only going to happen for just a short moment. As you see BK already pressing forward. They know this positioning is important, especially when that train makes its appearance, to where you can roll 3 members on track and really take advantage if the other team makes a mistake.
And look, Carnage might have that early tick in the box. They might be able to have this lead, but here comes that front train. Here comes Dezonide, flash out on the backside toward BGod. They're going to try to get him stunned. SuMuNs are going to sit into there for just a moment, but now BGod all by his lonesome here against 2 members of the Pittsburgh Knights, and that's not where you ever want to be. Carnage Gaming is going to try to go across the top entrance and go home to home. Ravers want to fight in the middle. Now they can just rotate back, win out their home, and then sit on the 2-1 hill advantage.
Dyslexic trying to make a cheeky play there. Feint cleans it up. Feint gets another one as well. They're going to be able to continue this pressure, but it's actually kind of mirrored pressure on both sides of the map. Feint's working. They're trying to get the Pittsburgh Knights home hill. On the other side of things, it was SuMuNs. Now going to be Dezonide left there, but Dezonide has a disadvantage fight. They are going to take advantage of him and take him out. So Feint doing what he can, buying all the time in the world right now, Colin. Those are points that the Pittsburgh Knights could have definitely used to keep themselves in the lead, but now Carnage Gaming with 2 hills once more, they're going to add a cushion to the lead they already have.
Now we see Dyslexic here at the B hill, back of the tracks. He's going to try to slow up the Pittsburgh Knights from getting in and getting that decap. You're going to see him shoot across and try to keep Identivez out of the B hill as well. 2 members in there now. They're going to get that early decap trying to go, but nobody's able to stay in there. Good positioning by Carnage Gaming. They're able to lancer out multiple members of the Pittsburgh Knights to get into the hill and not be able to get any kind of damage out across the rest of the round. So now Dyslexic has to move in. SuMuNs is down. Quick revive out. They get the next down on him. Identivez left by himself. A second kill comes through. This could be a good round for Carnage. They have to finish it out, though. You got to close out here. Dezonide's down. Clean him up. It is down to 2 more members of the Pittsburgh Knights. Long respawns. They have to be careful not to get caught out here inside the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights and possibly get 4-man wipe.
I was about to say, be careful. Look who it is. But Shockwqve, Dyslexic, waking up after that map number 1. Not caring that it's MVP-style player Monkyz and Raver. They shut that one down and started off hot. This is exactly what you said you wanted to see out of Carnage. Start off hot, win the first couple of rounds. But now that you won round number 1 under your belt, what type of strategy do you want to see coming out from Carnage? What type of weapon placement?
I'd go big or go home. Look, make this about the team fight. You won that early initial. You had great Lancer capability across the top, and you won the first fight that broke out the pavilion. I'd go ahead and put the drop and then play up from those utilities there on out. They're going to go ahead, though, place down the smokes. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same thing from the Pittsburgh Knights. Nobody really looking to try to break the meta.
Yeah, I think the most we see when in terms of, I'm doing air quotes here, but like breaking the meta is smoke grenade placed at the top side and turn into a instant that's used there instead of the shock. But I can kind of already see how this will play out, barring a big drop shot placement from Carnage. You're going to see instants make its appearance, then flashes and shots. So kind of standard gameplay that we've seen so far, but Absenz picking up first blood. Exactly what we want to see. There goes 2. Eyes set on Dezonide. Him and BGod working together. Need to be careful, though. Dezonide trying to bait into Raver, but BGod gets another one. Even bait. That's 4. That's 5 members dead off this initial for the Pittsburgh Knights. Identivez spawning up. He's going to have a big mountain to climb if he's looking to prolong this one. Getting some reaction shots, getting some damage. He even escapes for a moment, but him and SuMuNs both go down together. And I think that will be the final nail in the coffin for round number 2 as Carnage. We have not expected this one coming into map number 2. 2 straight rounds in under 3.5 minutes.
So this is going to be a pretty interesting round number 3, if you ask me. Look, the Pittsburgh Knights, they're coming in round 3. We're probably going to see Carnage Gaming upgrade either to the Incendiary. They're going to start their second half home hill. There's the Incendiary. Pittsburgh, I don't think is going to break the meta either. I think they're going to go with the standard, but they're going to do their best to actually come away with an advantage in this early round. They got pushed up on. It was probably on their back foot. Those first 2 kills come through for the Carnage Gaming players, and now you got to see what their answer is. How do they come away with these early advantages? Absenz hits a beautiful reaction in that last round and then hits a back A to get the second. So this is going to be pretty interesting to me how they handle this next train tracks fight.
This time Carnage playing towards the middle, making sure Absenz gets in there, gets that positioning. And this middle allows Absenz to really help middle for any pushes coming through the Pittsburgh Knights, continue to help the tracks like this standard initial for these teams. But they need to be careful. Identivez waiting for that perfect moment to strike. He actually misses, overthrows the instant, but Shockwqve gets taken out by SuMuNs nonetheless. BGod is going to try to even this one up. So 2v2 on tracks now, starting as a 3v3, but Identivez goes down next. Carnage with another hot opening.
Carnage well on their way to a 3rd round under their belt. They got the 2-1 hill advantage, but it looks like Dyslexic is going to be pushed at a 2v1 up top. He's got to be very careful, down to 20% health. He's going to get back. There's going to be 2 more members of Carnage Gaming rotating into the area. Raver now is going to be pressed up upon. Hits 2 good shots on Bane, and a 3rd one over the cover gets the kill. Now it's going to be a 2v1 if they want to press the home hill. 2v1 on the bottom side of the map. I don't know if you play this. I think you play back. They're coming off of respawn. You're having to continue to push in against numbers. I don't know if you want to keep taking this fight, especially because Pittsburgh Knights are no slouches when it comes to rotating into the next arena.
I think you said it perfectly. Rethink your positioning there. They're off of respawn. The timer's too short, but you got to position yourself defensively. Pittsburgh Knights found that moment, caught them out on rotation, and immediately take advantage. BGod, though, is trying to do what he can. He's able to get 2, working for his 3rd kill, putting a save, a stop to the Pittsburgh Knights offense. But Monkyz give it a last-ditch effort. Reinforcements are coming through. Are they going to get there in time? No, they are not. Monkyz gets shut down, leaving Identivez all by himself. He's able to get 1. Cheeky reaction shot, tries to go for another, but just like Monkyz, Identivez will find himself off respawn. And I don't know if they bought enough time for this rotation. The remaining 3 members for the Knights making their way towards B.
Gonna see Feint now throw his flashbang out, try to stun out and try to get away with his life, and he will for just a moment. Not sure he's gonna be able to get away. Feint's gonna back up. Back to that same pillar. Here comes double trains. You can't stay there anymore, big fella. You got to move in, and now you're going to see a 2v1 break out of the pavilion. SuMuNs will get one. He's going to bounce back. That front train's going to stop him from getting into the B hill. It is going to allow Carnage Gaming to try to rotate into it. Faint's going to be waiting for the first member of Pittsburgh, though, trying to rotate through, and a trade comes out, but that looks like it favors Pittsburgh in this situation.
Definitely does, and especially if they keep cleaning up these eliminations. And the biggest thing after those eliminations is setting up your positioning. You saw SuMuNs inch by inch going towards that back line. He's not over aggressive. He's not biting off more than he can chew. But the thing is, Colin, win condition, top of your screen, it's still in favor of Carnage Gaming. So a last second push needs to come through for the Knights. You have 3 players going low side, basically only 1 top side. So if Identivez gets taken out, this could be a Carnage round for sure.
Monkyz throws that incendiary out, tries to split the players. They need to get in there and try to get that break on the home hill. But meanwhile, Carnage is taking the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights. SuMuNs is going to cry in somebody's face, try to bait 2 members of Carnage in to pad his stats, but he won't be able to get it. That is 3 rounds in a row for Carnage Gaming. They are roaring back into this game. They are 2 rounds away from taking us to a map number 3.
How does that saying go, Colin? Anything you can do, I can do better. A 5-0 in map number 1 from the Pittsburgh Knights has the potential to be answered back by a 5-0 from Carnage Gaming. And we go to this weapon selection screen. It does look like for a moment there it was going to be standard. You see the flash grenades top side, but PK had enough. They have had enough of what's going on. They want to put that drop shot. And typically you see it top side, but the secondary placement is in middle. It allows for different looks, different strategies. These players have to keep their head on a swivel if they find themselves in the center of that drop shot.
Now we're going to see how these teams play that drop. 2 members of Pittsburgh Knights go to the middle pavilion and lance her out. Meanwhile, top side of the map, Carnage Gaming has won the 1v1. Monkyz is dead. Identivez rolls through a little bit of an incendiary. Almost goes down. He does go down. SuMuNs is there for the pickup. Here comes Shockwqve trying to rotate in. He gets the down on SuMuNs, gets the kill on SuMuNs, but Identivez able to hit that second shot, kill him off. Now he needs to use that drop to flood out the rest of Carnage Gaming from their side of the map. I think you go ahead and use one of them to get that double kill here at the top. He's going to see both members getting called out. And there's the double kill. Perfect drop out of Identivez to get the double.
Looking like Tom Brady on the Buccaneers there. Brady to Gronk. That was a nice double kill, just like you said. But I want to see them be offensive with this. But go ahead and continue to set the pace. These are some quick, long respawn rounds, so an opportunity to really put a dent into the economy. I would try and find BGod, go ahead and use the second drop shot on him, get him down to his final life, and make him to where he has to second guess a lot of his moves. But instead, we're going to use it on Absenz. I'm okay with that nonetheless, as another player from Carnage is getting taken down. So last round before the half, it does look like it's being dominated here late by the Pittsburgh Knights. There goes a nice attempt from Faint, but the numbers game from the Knights, like we just spoke of, is too much. Hopefully he bought himself enough time, so for respawn, Carnage Gaming have to decide which move they want to make.
Now you're going to see Raver go down in the middle of the map. Dyslexic pulls snub. He's going to go ahead and push him out and get that kill there. Back train will stop anybody from rotating down the bottom side of the tracks, very far out, trying to get the edge. SuMuNs is going to go down to a 2v1 in the middle pavilion. Carnage Gaming roaring back into the round. They've got 3 kills back to back to back, and they're trying to finish it off. They've got Identivez. There's the kill on him. It's up to just SuMuNs, who is on his last life trying to protect the A-Hill. Monkyz, meanwhile, trying to fight Faint off in a 1v1 here at the C, but here comes, I believe, Shockwqve to test SuMuNs' ability, or Monkyz' ability. Monkyz is going to get shot on by multiple members now. Lancer out. Monkyz just trying to make some highlight reel plays. I mean, gets challenged by a Lancer, shuts him up. You see the triple cap domination being threatened for just a moment, but this could be a 4-0 very quickly here shortly.
It definitely could, because if you take a look, it doesn't matter. Monkyz getting that kill, getting the hill. Identivez getting a nice double kill. The score is still in favor of Carnage. In fact, the Pittsburgh Knights are not netting any points, but if you look at the economy, SuMuNs, you're out of the game, and on the other side, so is Faint. So what was a 5v5 is now a 4v4, but the biggest thing right now is going to be Identivez with that drop shot. If the Knights are looking to get this round right before the half, it does start with him.
Identivez, he's going to get that next drop. He's going to shoot it all the way across the map, trying to find one, but he only finds damage. Absenz cut off from his teammate inside the home hill, though. That still works out for them to get that first kill. Drop shot almost kills Monkyz. Little team kill action might have come through. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of Pittsburgh Knights. 4 versus 4, now 2 versus... Now 1 versus... Oh my God, everybody from Carnage just got killed. Dyslexic last alive. He's going to get hunted by Raver and Monkyz. and Dyslexic is going to get Lancered out, and I think this is going to end up being 3-1 because all Dyslexic can do is hyper bounce his way around the map to try to survive, and he's about to get broken in half, and he does. There's a lot of bits and pieces on the ground, but ladies and gentlemen, real quick, Carnage Gaming up 3-1 in map number 2, but we have a little update for you from our side station. Rise officially won map number 1 against Noble in a 5-3 effort. So they will be going into map number 2. Rise will have a 1-0 map lead there on our side station match here, though. PK in the Pittsburgh Knights trying to come back from a 3-1 deficit.
I know it's our side station, but I got to ask you that Rise. Obviously, Noble's using a sub. Are you surprised by the 5-3 victory? Is it something that should happen? So I know we've been talking about Rise for a little bit, so I just want to get your quick answer on that.
Quick answer is I'm not surprised by it. Rise is going to somehow come into form sooner rather than later. They're going to have their struggles. They're a slow start team. We talked about it time and time again. BGod, he's going to try to Lancer over. Identivez is going to get that kill. They're going to Lancer up toward the top, trying to get this drop shot secured, which they do for right now. 2 members of Pittsburgh are down, only 1 for Carnage Gaming, and Identivez is going to try to rotate the drop out of here.
See, this is where last time I said Identivez on the slow response rounds that he kind of had to use that drop shot when he makes a big play. This is the opportunity here with 2 hills in the hands of Carnage, with Identivez in that drop shot, long respawn rounds to really take out somebody that is controlling a hill. But instead, he goes downtown. He misses the kill, but gets the kill along with Monkyz anyway. But now they have to rotate so far before they get any hill. I don't like the use of that drop shot coming out from Identivez. I want to see him be focused on the objective. Second one coming out, unable to connect, and he doesn't save SuMuNs. I think these are 2 bad usage of the drop shots, and this has been the tale of this map, and Carnage takes advantage yet again.
Carnage doesn't have their home, but they're still up in the point department. Identivez rolls in with his shotgun out. He's got 3 members of Carnage in front of him. Little fake back up. Now he's going to turn back around and get that kill. Now they're going to pull back. Dezonide goes down inside the E hill. They're not going to be able to cap that up just yet, but Carnage Gaming is not gathering any points in this one yet. Want to see what they're going to do, if they're going to go back for their home finally, but the flank comes through. Monkyz will get a shot on. He'll get 2 downs here. BGod pushes back. You're going to see him get the kill on Identivez. Feint now has the down on to Raver. They're cleaning up kills left and right. Carnage is coming right back into this round.
Sitting here just wishing we'd have seen some better drop shot usage coming out of Identivez. Last second spawn in from the man himself. He has the respawn economy to do it, but he needs to get trades. He needs to get multi-kills. And right now, he's able to get 1. He stays alive, actually, and they still have the lead as well. So he's doing a perfect job buying some time. Dyslexic is going to fall next, and I didn't guess this would happen. The Knights, up against a defeat of a round, are fighting back into it.
Absenz is going to try to get into this fight here. The back of the train tracks. The back train will be coming through very shortly. Monkyz will clean that kill up. Going to be crossing the 130-point threshold. It looks like a lot of lives have been invested in this. Pittsburgh Knights trying to make sure they get this round under their belt and try to come within a round of Carnage Gaming. Make it 3-2 going into the late second half. Identivez with his second drop shot in his hands. No second hill, though. So he's going to have to make a miracle happen. Goes for that extra bounce to get that kill. Will finally go down. That will wrap things up as they kill him off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will secure a 4-1 round count lead for the side of Carnage Gaming.
Never have guessed this to be the score after that domination that was map number 1, 5-0 for the Pittsburgh Knights. But hey, that's why they call it Any Given Sunday. That's why these young guns are here to prove themselves that they've been here from the start. You might not know their names, but after this one, taking out what could be the #1 team of the game of the Pittsburgh Knights is going to boost up not only your social status, your in-game status, your stock when it comes to Gears of War, everything going well for you as you see that instant being dropped to every 60 seconds. But on the side of the Knights, they choose to get that shot grenade. And Colin, I like that shot grenade over the having of the instant, because it allows you different strategies. It allows you to block off different paths later in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, I like what PR is talking about right there. The difference in meta, the difference in thought process. Identivez, he's going to Lancer out down here toward the bottom. Pittsburgh Knights, this is the first time I've really seen them set up and try to Lancer out the members of Carnage Gaming. Identivez puts himself close into the fight, but a double incendiary comes through, and there's a team kill, but another kill. So 3 down for Carnage, 2 for Pittsburgh. This is going to be a very close secondary part of the matchup as you see them backing up trying to make sure they secure their home. I don't think they're going to move up and try to take the home hill of Carnage Gaming either. They're going to have to try to take this E-hill back. It's going to be very close.
Definitely going to be very close, but you already see Carnage Gaming know they have to set up for a defensive stop here. Pittsburgh Knights gearing up for a big push, and if I look at what they have in their arsenal, just a flash grenade on the side of SuMuNs. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, I forgot about that drop shot. I was to say they had 3 flashes left, but Dezonide opening up that play, taking out Feint with the drop shot. That is going to be huge. They have to continue to push down. They have these players weak. They can't get content with just the hill capture, because that's going to allow a team like Carnage, with how well they're playing, to leave 1 foot in the door and possibly kick it open, because that was their turn with 2 hills on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. They have to gear up. They have to find the numbers, and sooner or later, Carnage Gaming, with a respawn of those instant grenades, so they will be up soon, will have an opportunity to strike back.
Set up slowly in this situation. Pittsburgh Knights, they have the power position, and they have the fight that they want. Dyslexic goes in for the back A, tries to get it off, won't be able to get anybody, but they're going to get the kill there on Dezonide. You're going to take a look across the road. Identivez is dead, so the drop shot is not to be worried about in this positioning. Dyslexic is going to go for that retake on the E-hill, but the drop shot's going to be coming back here very shortly. Excuse me, but this will be a 2-to-1 hill advantage. SuMuNs is going to move in. He's not going to have a shot on Dyslexic. Dyslexic is actually going to get the hell out of dodge here very quickly.
You already see Carnage. Not only do they have control of E, oh my god, I was about to say they had control of E, but Absenz is going to keep it under their belt, but they also have a dominant position down low. You mentioned that drop shot making its appearance sooner rather than later, and this is the biggest thing. So not only are they going to be able to freely fight for this drop shot down low, they're not going to have to worry about the point game as Absenz gets that drop shot and sneaks away, but I say sneaks, but he gets caught out by Raver. Gotta wonder if that revive came through, and it actually did come through. So Absenz is going to get out with that drop shot with a massive score lead like this, or at least 2 hills, I should say. They're going to be able to put the nail in the coffin. It doesn't matter that the kneecap comes through. 1 more drop shot going to connect with SuMuNs. They'll be right there knocking out a victory door.
SuMuNs is going to have to fight a 2v1 here. He's going to have to try to take this one in victory. He gets 1 shot over the cover, trying to go for the next. Now bouncing around. He's got teammate help from the bottom of the stairs. There's the retake in position. Flashbang out. Shockwqve is going to try to Lancer out. They need to go ahead and cap this up and then roll back and try to play defense. It's going to come down to a last-second and last-ditch effort by Carnage Gaming. Incendiary grenades are out. They're going to go for this decap to try to get this point favor back, but a lot of great shots from the Pittsburgh Knights will secure the E-hill, and nobody's in position to get any decaps on the rest of the map. And 5 seconds from now, Pittsburgh Knights will make it a 4-to-2 round count. But things are going to get that much closer to being in Pittsburgh's favor, as it looks like they're trying to even out the spawns as well. They have gotten Carnage to be a part of a lot of fights and take a lot of fights. You can see them down just about by 1, maybe 2 in the category. Everybody down there having a 2, only 1 person having a 4, whereas on the side of Carnage, everybody mainly having 3. So that's basically boils down to just an initial and 1 good defensive stand.
And on this one, you're going to have to look at the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to have to come in one of these rounds and strike hot, strike fast, and win without really losing any of their members, without allowing them to go ahead and spawn back in. You already see the lockdown on the instant, so they want to go ahead and win 1 more round, put 1 more under their belt before they go ahead and go up to 4-3. But on the side of Carnage, I talked about, the Pittsburgh Knights having to end this one quick. They can have this one be a bloodbath. As long as they trade off these kills, they will be in the right position when it comes down to these later rounds.
Identivez moves up. He's going to Lancer out for just a moment, then take that back cover. He's going to try to stop Shockwqve, who's going in for the possible pick on the drop. He does get in his hands. I wonder if Shockwqve is going to be alive to get a kill. He sees 1 member of Pittsburgh go underneath the overpass. Raver gets called out. He goes down. There's the easy kill. That's a 5 versus 4 situation. Monkyz comes in with a shot punch and will get the kill, evening it up to 4-4. But Shockwqve and the boys from Carnage will come away with a 2-to-1 hill advantage, and they'll be up 20 to 30 points to 0 before Pittsburgh even gets into this round on the point board. So this is going to be more about winning this retake than anything else. They have sacrificed those early points to try to get the mid-round and late-round adjustment.
I want to see with that drop shot, let them not just flirt with the idea of breaking the hill, let them kind of break the hill. Let them go for the capture. And then you take out multiple members with that drop shot and capture it yourself. But you go ahead with a defensive stop, able to get one on SuMuNs. Identivez quickly falls towards Dyslexic. And this is where you headhunt. The respawn timers are actually decently long here. You need to make sure you catch out these members of PK. But there goes Monkyz trying to make a sneaky play. If he gets this kill on Shockwqve, that could be big. He does have one more drop shot under his belt. And there it is. But the kills going in favor of Carnage this late in the game. Almost 100-point lead, but the kills are actually going in favor of Knights. This is their chance to fight back, Colin, but they have to react quickly.
Monkyz is trying to get another one. He's chased all the way into the spawn area, Carnage, which brings 3 people all the way back there. Now Carnage has to come back, basically back off of spawn completely. It'll be 100 point or so that's going to boil down to about 50 seconds. But right now, Carnage still has the win condition. They're going to have to get a break or an elimination domination onto Carnage in order to get this victory. You're going to see Identivez posturing across the bottom of the train tracks. He's going to be ready and willing to take any kind of 1v1. Raver's going to be playing in the middle of the map with only 1 life to live. Now you're going to see Identivez. He's going to get called out, and he has to back up. The secondary drop shot's going to be coming back very soon. Doesn't matter if you can hold on to 2 hills, Pittsburgh. I'd go ahead and rotate down, try to get the power weapon, and try to retake from that point forward.
I think they're listening to you. I think they hear you coming. 2 downs coming through. Cleanup soon to follow. Identivez has that drop shot. He knows E is decapped. He's just waiting for these moves to be made from Carnage. Drop shot going out. He doesn't even connect with damage. That's a huge opportunity for Dyslexic. If anybody can help him in time, it's not going to come through. They get the down on SuMuNs, but this is where that Wolfpack comes in. Knights are able to get that revive quickly. They're going to get that second hill under their belt, but since it's already 200 plus to 150, they're going to need that triple neutral. And it starts with Identivez. You're going to have a key kill here and come through, and he actually does get the kill. Almost kills his teammate.
Meanwhile, bottom of the map, Feint's going to win a fight. It looks like Shockwqve is snuck off to the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights, so somebody has to come back in the fight. Nobody onto that D hill just yet. The F hill won by Pittsburgh Knights. The D hill, won by Pittsburgh Knights. They are within the last 3 seconds of the round. BGod will get in. He'll chunk 1. He gets the spawn protection to save him. They're going to need to keep this decapped for a few more moments, but they're going to get it back. And ladies and gentlemen, Carnage Gaming make Pittsburgh Knights bleed, and that is a 5-2 victory and a quick back out by the Pittsburgh Knights. That is the kind of thing that sets me off, PR. I know you love this team, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say it. Every time they start losing, they start getting embarrassed by a team like UIU. I don't care if they didn't Lancer for the first 4 rounds. You're better than this team is. You proved it on map number 1. Play the game right. Don't early quit and bring us back to lobby. So now we got to look at the Carnage Gaming one, the map screen for a few extra seconds. Be an adult. Win the map the way you should, and be mature about it, for Christ's sake. That infuriates me to no end. If they win map number 3 and they hump and they come out there with the trash talk, I'm going to start flaming these boys on the weekly basis. I won't ever believe in them again, because immaturity like that should never be rewarded. Not on my watch.
Oh man, I can almost imagine when you're talking
to my lawn
people
while you're
at
at
your golf course. I can imagine the people you're talking to, your softball games. Man, I definitely want that fire on my team. But you guys saw it here. Back-to-back maps, one by Pittsburgh Knights, one by Carnage Gaming. Who's going to win map number 3? Only time will tell. Stay tuned after this quick commercial break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Esports. I am Colin the Crow Clark. PR is joining me. I just went on a little rant in a rave, but right now, they're still giving me time to wipe the sweat off my brow by showing you some absolute highlight plays from map number 2.
You know, you heard me during that break. Go ahead and yell at anybody at PK all you want. I don't like to rage quit either, but leave Monkyz alone, man. Leave my boy alone. Monkyz, even though he did die there in that replay, he's just a force to be reckoned with in Gears. And if for some reason he's on another roster or some reason a free agent, somebody better give him the max contract. Somebody better give him the bag, because he is that type of player.
I'll leave him alone, because I was gifted the knowledge to be told who I believe the lobby leader was in that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I already said I ain't holding back. I need the elder statesmen of that team, the 2 guys that have won championships, Identivez and SuMuNs, especially SuMuNs, because he should know what a championship mentality is. He should know how to be respectful like a champion. Raver don't you ever back out early on a game with me on a mic again, because I will let you and everybody else know that's some immature chump stuff that you can have going on in your own private streams. You can have it going on when you're playing scrims, but don't ever come here on a big stage under the bright lights and back out early. That's just some immature chump stuff. It doesn't look good for you. It doesn't look good for the Pittsburgh Knights, because now their brand hurts because you decided to make a bonehead move. Be respectful of your opponents, yourself, the people that represent you, and of course, everybody trying to watch at home and get a good look at these stat lines. That's some really, really ignorant stuff, and I can't stand it. Now everybody can get off my lawn, all right? I'm the old grumpy guy, all right? I'm going to say it. I'm old and I'm grumpy. That's just the end of the story. That's the end of the day for me.
I'm just the guy peeking through the curtains right now, like... Yeah, how you doing over there? Who's he yelling at, man? I'm over here just in the back, just trying to do my job. I just hear Colin yelling. I got to go ahead and get up in the front seat. But I will say, when it does come down to these two squads, that shows that Carnage Gaming is in their head. And as much as I want to say Pittsburgh Knights still got this on lock, I don't know. Carnage Gaming has shown up, and they have shown life. And after those rounds, it was a 5-2 victory. Some of those rounds were so convincing that they just suffocated out PK. I don't know if PK is playing with their food. I don't know if they kind of slept on him after map number 1, but you guys better wake up, charge your controllers, and be ready to play, because map number 3 is here. And after all the energy and all the hype I've been putting down for you guys, you better not let me down.
Look, it's got to be one of those situations where the Pittsburgh Knights just have to wake up, man. Just come back, go back to map number 1. Look, I'm going to go ahead and say it. For the first 3 or 4 rounds, I didn't see a Lancer on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. I think they were trying to shoddy lobby around. They were trying to have fun and just try to embarrass Carnage. And Carnage said, go ahead and don't take us seriously. That's fine. We'll take a dub. We don't need it, but we'll take it. And one of those things that I'm going to go ahead and say, you're coming into map 3. It's a large map like Bunker. You can set up. You can Lancer out. This is going to be a beautiful intersection of whether or not Pittsburgh Knights have that winning formula. They can bounce back and shut Carnage Gaming down, or if Carnage Gaming is the real deal Holyfield, if they can win back-to-back maps against the Pittsburgh Knights. But we're about to start this thing off. We're going to kick tires and lights and fires. PR, take us in.
Oh, man, as you said, if Carnage Gaming can upset the Pittsburgh Knights in this one, that will show what this season of Gears Esports is made of. It can take all your predictions, you can write it down, all those stats, throw it out the window, because they don't matter. A team like the Pittsburgh Knights have been dominant. They have shown that they're one of the best teams in the game. But right now, Carnage Gaming, a team in their own region, have stepped up to the plate and ready to take over that throne. And they're already starting off hot for the Knights. They get 2 quick kills, make it a 3rd. If they're able to clean up this one, make it 4. As the only player alive now is Feint. He has to survive 16 seconds to allow his team to respawn into this one.
Feint's going to try to take this 1v1 against SuMuNs. He's going to get 1 kill. He's going to go down to Monkyz. And Monkyz now is going to set up at the top of the bunker. They're going to threaten this triple cap. Dezonide's going to rotate out. I like that play. That's the smart play. Absenz is going to rotate in, but you have all of the bunker to play with. They have to rotate halfway across the world, it seems like, on this map from time to time. So now they're going to set up. They're going to get a huge point lead, and they're going to put the pressure on Carnage Gaming. I like the way this has started off for the Pittsburgh Knights.
Watching Dezonide there for a moment, I feel like I can almost hear the communication come through for them wanting to reposition. You see Identivez trying to be as sneaky as possible, but gets spotted out by Absenz. So kind of everyone on the map right now, except for the possibility of Monkyz, is accounted for on the side of the Knights with 2 hills in their control. It's going to be up to Carnage to make this play, and already Feint and Dyslexic towards the low side are trying to start it off, but they're only able to get so much position before they have to use their flash and their teamwork. Wow. That cross that you said was missing in map number 2, I think we found it.
You're going to see Dyslexic. He's going to bounce back and forth. He's going to try to find the right position to get a kill. Monkyz rolls into the shotgun of Dyslexic, but he's full red. He has to stay back. He has to leave Feint basically out to dry with how hurt he was. You're going to see Dyslexic move over, get another kill. There's a down. 3 members of Carnage Gaming are in the area. They're going to get the B hill under the control, but they're so far down in the round that even though it's going to take a full minute for the Pittsburgh Knights to win this, they're going to have to get a break here. They're going to have to move in and try to get the C hill to be decapped for just a moment. Monkyz is going to call out Absenz. Good job to rotate around, get that Lancer out. Good first shot out by Absenz, though, trying to fend off the retake by Monkyz. Identivez in the area, as well as the Raver. They're going to get the revive on him. Dezonide pushes up. 3 members of the Pittsburgh Knights are going to skulk their way from the bottom of the hill to the top. All 5 members in a very short area. They're playing pretty good defense, though, with their home. And Raver hits BGod with an entire 18-wheeler there.
During this whole time, I'm sitting here looking at the lives, and a couple players from Carnage did invest 2 lives into that when they got dropped to 2 remaining. So after this one, they should go right back up to 3. That's kind of why you saw multiple players in this round kind of not spawn in. They realized with the 16-second respawn timers mixed with how big the map is, like you said, running one side of the map to the other takes a massive amount of time. You don't want to waste that respawn. You got to know when and where to respawn into the game when you have that fighting chance to answer back. So in this weapon selection, I kind of predict utility being the main focus point for a lot of these teams, maybe a drop shot or torque bow centerline to try to disrupt things, but until that point comes, we're going to see utility, possibly the same thing right into the next round.
So, utility out of the loadout, both teams rolling out of spawn, pretty much perfect first round. I know they lost that B hill, they lost the initial, but they had done so well in the first half of that round that they could basically sit back and play defense and force Carnage Gaming into a bad situation. Raver will get the call out and then sit back down as Shockwqve is trying to Lancer him out. Dezonide is going to have the attention of 2, maybe 3 players. Monkyz, though, is going to take the head off of Raver as they roll in. That's going to lose them a second member in that fight. 2 already dead for the Pittsburgh Knights, 3 left alive. They're going to rotate to the top of the bunker. Identivez is trying to wait in the rings. Good first shot. He gets that L trigger out. He's finally going to go down, though. Somebody from Carnage has to die here in this retake, or they're going to go for a triple cap domination very quickly. But they're in the home hill already. They're threatening it. Raver comes off spawn. He goes down as well. It's going to be up to Dezonide, who's going to try to rotate all the way over to B hill and try to take a 1v1 to prolong this round number 2. But he's going to get stunned, and that's going to be it. Carnage Gaming, tie it up 1-1.
I like the attempt coming through, but with how quickly these players are getting eliminated off the map for Dezonide, you got to know that that's not the play. You're not going to have enough time to overextend. But at the same time, Colin, you're going up against 3 people, 1v3, you're probably going to die either way. So trying to think outside of the box, trying to throw some curveballs at him. I like to play, don't like to play. Unfortunately, or fortunately for anybody, I'm a caster. It doesn't really matter, but I talked about the utility last round. It's going to be a focus point of this map. That's why you see the smokes top side. And this is where you begin to see a little bit of a difference. Normally, you see the average placement is upgraded to an instant, but sometimes teams like to throw that Marksa into a torque bow to go ahead and allow that cross damage Robin Hood style plays.
Now we see everybody rolling out of spawn. Unsure who's going to. It looks like Carnage Gaming is going to take a 2v2 here in the top of the bunker. A lot of stuns come through. Identivez will finally get his hand away from his eyes. Identivez is going to have some good shots on. See Dezo pick up Dyslexic on the other side of the map, but Absenz takes care of business quickly against him. Raver turns around and finds a shotgun. SuMuNs is going to have to rotate out of here. He's in a 2v1. He could go down, but he turns around and gets 2. Turn and burn, baby! Turning the heat up like a jet burner on an FA-18 Super E-Class Hornet.
Man, that was a quick 2 kills for him, and he was actually full red, so for him to be able to turn and kill him, that to me is like that optic special. It really got prominent in Gears of War 4. Mental did it right before he retired, but now you see it living on in SuMuNs as he tries to go for this hill capture. And if you guys take note, when he LTs around the right side of that cover, that just allows him to be angled at less from that left side, take less damage, and capture that hill. So 2 hills over towards the Pittsburgh Knights, less than a 20-point lead, and damage coming through. And that's what I'd like to see from a lot of these teams who are setting up that free damage. It's just important as getting that final kill, making them scared, making them second-guess a lot of the moves, and big eliminations coming the way of the Pittsburgh Knights, and it starts with that free damage. Just like
he tried to fight back there. He tried to put his hands up, unsure if he was going to be able to get that kill one way or the other. Meanwhile, Carnage does have their home hill still. They're within about 15 to 20 points of this one PR. They're going to have to try to rotate over to the B hill and try to get a decap over there as they do not have the win condition. All 5 members are off spawn. Double Lancer out on the BGod. They're going to get these marks out. And this is bad news bears. This is firing range territory for all of Pittsburgh. They're going to have easy pickings here to just damage out multiple members from Carnage Gaming as they try to come off the spawn and try to get back over here to the B hill.
He needs to be careful here. He's being looked at from all sides. He actually does get down now. Identivez gets pushed. maybe Dyslexic will rethink that decision after he comes off a respawn, taken out by Identivez, and he's trying to hold his ground, put out as much damage as possible. Lots of damage on Fate, but the reinforcements coming through. Identivez tries to go for a cheeky kill, but Fate sees it coming from a mile away, shuts him down, and keeps it going. But if you look at the top of the screen, 20 seconds left for the COG team's win condition. That's why this fight over here between Shockwqve and Monkyz is crucial. Shockwqve is going to come out on top, but they can't stop here. They can't get content. They need a triple neutralization, and they have the eliminations to do it.
Somebody is going to come off a spawn and try to go for the decap there at their home hill. Meanwhile, Raver is just sitting in the wings at the B hill. He hasn't even gone in for the decap. There it finally goes, and no points coming in for the Pittsburgh Knights, but nobody's near the B hill to try to get the retake there. It looks like they're going to have Dyslexic try to fly all the way across the map, but he's not going to make it in time. You've only got a few seconds left. He's got a flash in his hands. He's going to drop it off. Nobody's there to back him up, though. That will ensure the round in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights, and a lot was invested by Carnage Gaming to try to take a 2-1 lead. This is going to get very shaky.
It's definitely going to get very shaky. Luckily for them, this is the last round coming up of the half, so after they invest everything, they're going to have a moment to kind of reset things, but you kind of set it 2 lives, I do believe, on the side of Dezonide and possibly Identivez as well. They need to be careful here, because just as much as we're warning Carnage Gaming, they're in the same scenario, and if you look at these players' play styles of both Identivez and Dezonide, they like to get in the action, they'd like to be a part of these fights, so they need to be careful, otherwise they're going to have to start playing a little safe, they'll have to start second-guessing their gameplay, and kind of like what we said, Insins making their appearance topside, utility will continue to be the focal point of this matchup.
We're definitely going to be trying to use those to maintain control over the artillery side of the map, which is what they're going to have to pretty much do for the rest of this round. I mean, like, they're behind in respawns. They have to win this initial and try to put the heat onto the Pittsburgh Knights to try to get some of those lives to come out early rather than later. Raver rotates straight through that mid-cut area. He gets the meat shield. Absenz over the cover, will get the down onto Identivez, and they will get the kill. This is a good job by the Pittsburgh Knights in this early going to try to stay alive in this mid-cut area. You're going to see Feint try to move in. He's going to get rotated upon by SuMuNs. SuMuNs has to worry about his backside, though. Absenz will come in, get that next kill. It is going to be up to Dezonide to try to make something happen here in the middle. He's going to finally get taken down. So the 2-1 hill advantage in favor of Carnage, but they've still got Monkyz lurking in the top of the bunker, and Monkyz hits a beautiful first shot there, forcing Absenz back into that mid-cut.
Up to this last round of the half, so the respawn timers are at their utmost shortest, but 2 hills over towards Carnage. They're going to be able to hold on to this one. You see they're getting set up for a defensive stop. One player trying to be sneaky down towards the middle, possibly catching SuMuNs out, but SuMuNs turns, takes out Absenz. Going to try to keep this one going, but he gets a little greedy. He gets taken out right after. The trade's coming through, though. Identivez able to get Dyslexic, and Identivez and the rest of the Knights absolutely need these last second hills. Shockwqve takes a ton of damage, narrowly escaping, but we've seen Identivez in the same situation. The result will be the same. Shockwqve gets taken out. Monkyz left all by his lonesome towards the top side. He gets downed out, taken advantage of, and what was 2 hills in favor of Carnage is now 2 hills in favor of the Knights. And I do believe they will come back with 2 uncontested hills.
A great breakdown. There goes the kill. Dyslexic, he's got to worry about Identivez right in front of him, who bounces in and gets that kill. He answers back there onto Dyslexic. They're going to try to cross him out. Shockwqve is going to get the kill there, but SuMuNs is inside of that B hill with a meat shield for just a moment as BGod rolls in to get that kill. Monkyz has to roll out. He's in a 2v1 position in a situation. Carnage Gaming up by about 50 points. Identivez and Dezonide on their final lives. Dyslexic on his final life. So he has to play back and probably play home hill for the rest of the side, probably play top bunker. Meanwhile, Dezonide has to either be careful in this fight as he's put himself in a situation to go down. There's the quick revive onto him. Good job. Identivez, meanwhile, rotates away from that incendiary. Long range out of him. Will try to find the kill. He's going to go down. Monkyz gets killed off. Dezonide comes back to save his teammate, but Identivez will not get revived in time as it looks like they rotate in to get the kill onto him. Official 5v4 for the rest of the round, but it will be down to 13 seconds. All of the Pittsburgh Knights are going to have to flood into the home hill, down onto SuMuNs. Nobody's there to revive him. Flash grenades out. Raver will get the one-hit Acquita there and get the down onto BGod. 2 seconds left. Nobody's going to be able to get there in time to get the decap. And Carnage Gaming ties this thing up going in the second half.
You know, when I woke up today in the morning, made sure to get my mother-in-law some nice breakfast for her birthday. Happy birthday to my mother-in-law. After I woke up from my nap, Colin, because obviously I woke up pretty early for breakfast. I did not expect this. Neither one of my naps prepared me for what I am witnessing from Carnage today. And already they're going to go ahead and set the tone, knowing they want these instants. And you know as well as I do, this Latin American region love those instant grenades. They love the insta-kill potential. But the Pittsburgh Knights, they're ready for this long game. They say, hey, we can go for this insta-kill. We can have it along with you. And we know we said it once before. Anything you can do, I can do better. We saw it answered by Carnage last map. And now the Knights are looking to go ahead and return the favor.
Knights are looking to take control here into the second half and try to get a 2-1 victory. Carnage Gaming looking to stave off this comeback by the Pittsburgh Knights. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, a little update for you right before we get caught up on the action. Rise gets a 2-0 victory over Noble. They win 5-1 on map number 2, which was Training Grounds.
Rise finally showing up here in the Pro League. That's going to be very, very important for them as they begin to piece things together, having the best start of the season. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Just like this match we are watching here, a bad start for Carnage, 5-0 decimation in map number 1. Since then, they've just been burning and torching the offensive from BK. There goes 3 more to add. Make that 4th as SuMuNs did go out. If they can find Monkyz here in just a few seconds, they will win by elimination as Monkyz needs to buy some time. He absolutely needs it. That's going to be a quick elimination to come through. Time has been secured, but he needs just a little bit more. Now, it's going to be up to the Knights. Not only do they need to flood this hill, they need to get these eliminations.
Nice little fakey back A by Raver. He gets the double down onto Shock. Now it's going to look like Identivez is going to try to catch somebody trying to come into the up A. Bouncing back and forth. A bunch of kills are being converted right now. I love what Carnage Gaming did. They pulled back 2 people, 1 to each hill to try to get information. They're going to say, hey, look, either they're flooding E or they're flooding toward the home. And it looks like right now it's going to be Dyslexic who's going to get the most of the information. He's going to have 2, maybe even 3 people coming into that middle area of the bunker, maybe coming through the mid-cut. Long range incendiary comes out, stopping from them getting that retake. It is a double up point advantage for the side of Carnage Gaming right now. They have to hold on in this round though because Pittsburgh Knights are roaring back.
Yeah, I don't like that instant coming out from Identivez. They did a good job of dodging the instant. They did a good job of staying alive, spreading the numbers out. You could have used that instant here. You could have been offensive with it, possibly net yourself a kill, put yourself in a great positioning, but they get the capture nonetheless. But it does look like Carnage is trying to return fire as you see them pushing up on 2 different angles at once. Dezonide, though, with a massive shot. Identivez picks up a kill. He was actually unable to clean it up. The revive comes through. SuMuNs gets taken down next. Monkyz and Raver doing all they can to trade off these eliminations. And there goes another one for Raver. He has to work together with Identivez. They pick off another elimination. And there it goes. Win by elimination. 3-2. The Pittsburgh Knights round by round. This has been a slobber knocker of a match.
Beautiful job by the Pittsburgh Knights to get that retake. They set up in the top bunker. They pulled the incendiary grenade out of the hands of Carnage Gaming, not giving up a life. They don't get extra. They don't get extra when it comes to the movement across the top side of the bunker. They end up pulling back, rotating back, waiting for the moment to get Dezonide into the right spot, get Identivez to the top side against Feint, and they slowly but surely start picking off different members of the Carnage Gaming roster shortly after a 1v was won at the home hill of Carnage, putting the pressure on them to try to maintain the E-hill. That was an absolutely beautiful job of them coming away with that, with that retake and with that next round. So they take the lead yet again. It is 3-2. Pittsburgh Knights 2 rounds away from trying to solidify this W.
That's going to be the interesting thing is the drop shot, no big weapon has been placed yet. And I do think this because this is matched so evenly right now, they need to make sure that they have the utility in their hands as a backup plan. They don't want to go into a drop shot fight without that extra bit of utility to go and help them stun them. But their first blood does look like it's going over the PK as SuMuNs is going to pick that one up. A second kill is already on the ground, so they have a 5v3 advantage, and they're wasting no time at all using it.
Now Shockwqve gets the incendiary out, will catch Raver off guard, and Identivez can't push in, and nobody's in the position to actually lancer him out. You're gonna see Shockwqve trying to push up, trying to get that down. He won't be able to secure it just yet. Meanwhile, Carnage Gaming has gone for the 2 home hill stretch. They have to worry about Monkyz up top, and I believe here comes Dezonide through the bottom side of the bunker. They get the down onto BGod up top. Monkyz will solidify that kill. 2 more downs coming through in the middle of the map. Dyslexic has to be revived. Nobody in the area to get him back either. They'll kill him off. And meanwhile, the bunker's being assaulted. SuMuNs hops over, gets taken out. The E-Hill will go in favor of Carnage, and Carnage has to be concerned with the Rover rotation from Pittsburgh because it looks like Monkyz is waiting in the wings to go over there and try to get the overextension.
You saw it was the Pittsburgh Knights who actually picked up that instant first. So they're going to have the opportunity to use it first and try to pick up one of these eliminations. But on the other side of things, Carnage picked up theirs. They already have it rotated over. It's in position here. It's going to be in the hands of BGod, number 9 at the top of your screen. And he's going to be the guy that's kind of play that flex positioning. He can go in and help the team. He can pull back out if needed. Dezonide pushing in. I thought he was going to go for a decap, but he's going for positioning and eliminations as well. And it's actually working out for him. I love the play, and it's brilliant, especially since SuMuNs picks up 2. And there goes SuMuNs getting taken out by BGod. And on the top side of the map, they need to be careful. Dyslexic is going for a play towards the top side to try to take out one of these 2 hills.
Dyslexic in a 1v1 here against Monkyz. Monkyz goes for the up A, gets missed. Now it looks like Dyslexic's going to get Lancer from the top side of the bunker. He has to pull back into the artillery. You're going to see him get chased away to his own side of the map. The E-Hill still uncapped. Carnage Gaming still with the point lead. Raver has to rotate over, but the kill will come through first onto, I believe that was Identivez top side of the map. Excuse me, it was Dezonide top side of the map. Now Monkyz will take the Carnage Gaming incendiary respawn and has to either use it to secure the home-to-home stretch or just try to throw it away and make sure they don't get it back into their hands.
Honestly, as long as he wastes time and gets a trade, this is going to be big for Monkyz. I talk about his skill, and now you guys had a chance to show it. Unfortunately, Shockwqve has very, very similar skill. Well-placed shots. He's going to take out Monkyz. The score right now, if he was able to get this capture, that's going to tie it up here, especially when they get the break. So I do believe in just a few seconds, Carnage Gaming will have the lead. Even though the decap is coming through, that lead is set. Carnage Gaming looking to get this elimination, looking to put the final nail in the coffin of this round as SuMuNs gets taken out as well. Win by elimination sounding off as Carnage strike back and tie it up 3 rounds apiece. And if this goes the distance, you gotta think it is going to be a Pittsburgh Knights win just by the pattern. Just by the pattern as they're just trading off wins.
This is a beautiful job by both teams fighting back one after the next, never giving up in a round and fighting until that final gong. I love to see the tenacity out of both of these teams here in map number 3. Monkyz, meanwhile, sitting on 4 out of 4 respawns. I mean, like, we've talked about it all night, how good he has been this entire split, how he is pretty much a candidate, a leading candidate, if you ask me. I know I gave a lot of hell and grief to Pittsburgh Knights after map number 2, but it doesn't take away from how good they've played, and it doesn't take away from how great Monkyz has been. We come here to the next round. Shocks, incendiaries, utilities coming out of spawn. No massive weapon being placed down, and I'm not sure we will ever see it. I don't know if we're going to see either team try to change up this fight. It's so close. It's the edge of a lightning bolt, and either team doesn't want to give up a possible advantage that big to the other.
You already see up top the fight that you kind of know is on E. What kind of plays are being made low side? Absenz is trying to catch somebody off guard. He does have control of that plat side. He's going to be going up against Dezonide, and if I have to give somebody a man-to-man situation here, but Monkyz needs to be careful. He has to know he's there. Where's the help coming through from Dezonide? It's going to be a 2v2 low side, a 3v3 top side, and it does look like we're dead center, right down the middle. These points are in a mirror looking at each other. That's how close this one is.
Oh yeah, it's going to be up to, I think... Oh, it is a mirror. I have no idea who it's going to be up to make that first move. I thought for a second I was going to be sneaky and see that it clicked over a little bit earlier for somebody. I think it might be in favor of Carnage, to be completely 100% honest with you. Like, I know it looks like a mirror, but I think I'd have to give it to Carnage if I have to really stare at it for too long, but I might also be going crazy. We all know what happens when you get a little age under your breath. You start to lose your mind every now and again. So we all know I'm closest to that here in this talent team. You're going to see SuMuNs and Identivez still holding down the top side of the bunker, playing beautiful defense. Nobody wants to get caught out and make the wrong first move. Dezonide is protecting across the 50-yard line. I believe if you can rotate Feint up and try to get shots on the Dezonide, you can actually push back out, but Dezonide rolls back. I think he's called out, and we're going to see a little, we're going to hear a little in-game trash talk. I believe that is that beautiful zombie Benjamin Carmine skin telling everybody,
you suck.
I will say, Colin, ever since you told me about that, I'm not going to spoil it or say it just because I definitely don't want too many people doing it as well. But ever since you told me about the boo and those type of things, I am one of those players that runs around ranked doing exactly that. But I would go ahead and get right back into the game.
That's why we don't. That's why.
I do believe I agree with you. I think there's like a 0.1 second lead on the side of Carnage. I feel like some numbers are ticking a little bit faster with the push coming through. First instant going out. Identivez throws that one. BGod trying to answer back with a shock. He's trying to stop this push. Almost a capture coming through for Raver, but everybody on Carnage knows where to focus their fire, and it is going to be on that neutral. But you talked about Dezonide being center line towards the bottom, and Raver in towards the hill on E. They need to be careful here because even Monkyz is overextended. Everybody from Pittsburgh Knights are making a lot of moves happening. They just need to make sure they don't get caught out of position.
I like how Identivez had to try to roll away there. I don't know if he went down in this one. BGod's going to try to rotate in and get in. And he's going to try to get a reaction. He won't get either of them. The Incendiary comes through Absenz. We'll find Dezonide, but there's a couple of downs and outs for both teams. Shockwqve has to get revived. It's still a 3 versus 3 here, but the E-Hill is in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights, and Monkyz does have the flank. Even if he goes down, he has every life to play with. He could probably fight out and try to get 1, maybe 2 more downs in this situation. He can play around with that life a little bit, but now the 2-to-1 hill advantage has come through for the Pittsburgh Knights. They have broken the 200-point marker, so now it is a 1 and done. This is the final push for the side of Carnage Gaming. They have to come through with it and be perfect, or we will see a 4-3 victory lead for the Pittsburgh Knights.
Yep. Win by elimination. Nobody spawning in. 4-3, just like you said. So now the Knights are going to have that opportunity, that 1-round opportunity. If they don't like this initial and they don't want to invest their lives into this one, they can kind of concede this one away. And another thing to kind of take note is usually you kind of die off. You allow the other team to kind of get those respawns back, the one that was kind of down in Carnage Gaming in this positioning. But if you look at the lives, it's kind of all center. So if the Pittsburgh Knights do concede this round away, we're going to already be tied up in lives. So this weapon selection right now is going to be crucial. Are we going to try and upgrade those instant grenades, or are we going to lock them down? It is going to be a lock from the Pittsburgh Knights, and you already know Carnage has no choice but to answer back with a lock of their own.
So we come here, a couple of locks come out, a couple of disables. It looks like Pittsburgh Knights are trying to end it here, ladies and gentlemen, and try to get a 5-3 victory here in map number 3. Carnage Gaming has to win this one to try to send it to a round 9. This is going to be a big initial fight. No incendiary grenades for both teams. Raver's already downstairs in the mid-cut section. He's not being challenged up yet against by anybody. Nobody from Carnage wants to give up that first kill. Playing a little bit, I want to say hesitant. They're playing a little bit back right now. Feint finally picks up the shock. It looks like they're going to try to bring it into the fight. SuMuNs is going to go down. Nobody's... Oh my goodness, what a shot from Absenz to actually get that takedown.
And I'm really wondering what happened on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. They didn't capture their home hill. They probably tried to send an extra person somewhere, and it just did not work out for them. Look how much damage Raver is taking in the back. He gets cleaned up. I do believe that's Dezonide finds himself in a weird position. Do I help Monkyz? Do I backtrack and try to take the 1v1? I want to see him take the 1v1, but he has to actively be trying to fight the 1v1, and he disappears as Absenz just completely man-handles him on the other side of the map. Identivez knows plays need to be made. Miracles need to happen, but he immediately gets shut down along with SuMuNs as well, so it's not going well for the side of the Knights.
Absenz is going to be on your screen. Raver's going to have to pull back. We're on board with him. He's going to have to play some defense for just a moment. The point lead is in favor of Carnage. Pittsburgh is going to have to come off of this respawn section and try to get another retake, but if any team can do it, they have been pretty much proficient at a 100% success rate when it comes to their retakes. Monkyz, though, is called out. He's going to get shot on. Nobody's in the area to really take him back down. Here comes Raver trying to push in. Good shots on. They get the down, and now Shockwqve pushes up. He's going to play with his life. He's going to go down. That's a trade out. I don't know if you need that if you're Carnage Gaming. Identivez is going to get Feint. Absenz is going to answer back. This is back and forth. Dezonide caught in the back of that hallway. He's going to bounce around, go for a reaction. Won't be able to find it. He's going to get a kill there on Absenz, but the E-Hill still in favor of Carnage. Meanwhile, it looks like SuMuNs has decapped the home hill of Carnage and is rotating over to try to put pressure on the E-Hill. Carnage has to get back to this fight very soon and very quickly if they want to stay in it.
This is where SuMuNs needs to think twice. Do I spawn in? We don't have the lead. I don't have very many respawns left to my name. I almost got to kind of let the Pittsburgh Knights play the rest of this round out and kind of see what happens. But he spawns in, goes on his very last life. You see the capture trying to come through for the Knights. It is going to be denied. Nice Lancer play coming through for Carnage. So this is where I expect a push coming through for Pittsburgh. It's not about that hill on E anymore. It's about getting these eliminations, opening up the opportunity to freely capture that hill.
So they're going to see two people try to rotate over. One of them is going to fly back toward the E hill. Dezonide's almost downed here. Identivez is going to pull back toward the artillery. They're going to push up. I want to see where SuMuNs throws that shock grenade. He still has it in his back pocket. He hasn't used it yet. There it goes. It's going to try to cut off the retreat route of Feint, and it's perfect. It bounces off the top of that cover and actually kisses down off the glass like a little finger roll, little pick and roll you see from a brilliant center in the NBA. Identivez is going to bounce around with a hyper sense, and he's going to go away with a decap. He's trying to stay alive. He's taken down. That'll get him to 1 out of 4. SuMuNs, though, wiped out of this round. I know you want to say it, so go ahead and say it, my brother.
No más vidas, amigo. No más vidas. No more lives left. You're going to have to do it without SuMuNs on your team. And I did like that break coming through from Identivez. It was absolutely needed because they were not going to come back with 2 hills. They were roughly 2 seconds shy of the comeback, but unfortunately, they are being spread thin right now. Players are forced to take different 1v1s, 1v2s, things like that. And if Monkyz is able to come out on top, I would have screamed at the top of my lungs. So luckily for him, he did not. As Carnage, though, getting that 250 scoreline, tied up 4-4. We have our round number 9, and it is for the match.
Round number 9 for the match, and this is going to be intense. This is going to be everything we want it to be. We'll see what these teams decide to go with here in round 9. Absenz is probably going to have time to shock, and we're probably going to see the answer back. I don't believe they're going to go with loadout utilities. If they do, I think they're going to give up the advantage in that department of the retakes, especially because SuMuNs is only going to be on 1 respawn. I don't believe anybody on the side of Carnage will be on 1, so I think they have to answer back with their own shocks being down to 60 seconds. They go to an M-bar. That is absolutely massive. That is insta-gib capability across both of their weapon placements, PR. That is massive for their side. Who do you think picks it up?
I feel like it has to be Monkyz or SuMuNs. Dezo.
Identivez.
Why did I ever doubt the king himself? He has 3 shots. 3 shots. He has to place them well. It's just a matter of getting that pre-damage down. So you have to do 1 of 2 things. You get that Lancer pre-damage, you get the 1-shot insta-gib kill that you're talking about. Or you go ahead and use Identivez to go ahead and get the pre-damage, then you try to go ahead and burst it. But Monkyz on the other side of the map, he is going to get first blooded. 1 of 3 shots out. There goes the trade. So still a 4v4, and it gets it. Identivez is able to pull away with the kill. Sneaky play coming through from Dyslexic. There was a hill needed to be broken for the Knights. They're going to go ahead and get it, and the elimination as well. You see Identivez backtracking. Short respawn times means he's going to have the help needed to get this hill. It's about not letting the other team, Carnage Gaming, do the other thing at the other side of the map. Same thing.
I thought for a second that Shockwqve had a smoke right there, and I thought he was going to throw a smoke instead of a flash. They're going to come away with 1 kill. PK is going to come away with their home hill. The crunch will come in from Carnage Gaming, trying to get back into the E-hill, trying to get a decap and keep the point lead in their favor. Meanwhile, you're going to see Feint down on his 1 respawn. SuMuNs is still alive in this. He's played his final life pretty much picture perfect in this. Playing back, playing that Lancer top position, not allowing anybody to come into this fight undamaged. SuMuNs is going to move up now onto BGod. Over the top is Dezonide, and as he pokes out to try to get a kill on Dezo, SuMuNs and Dezo hit him with a double shotgun blast, getting the down on him. They're going to chase Feint out of here as well. There's going to be a 1v1 at the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights in a moment. Actually, it looks like Shockwqve has pulled out. He has Raver challenging the front side. Nobody's going to challenge him just yet. Monkyz will be down to his 1 out of 4 respawns as he falls on the wrong side of the map trying to get one of the respawned utility grenades of Carnage Gaming. And finally, Pittsburgh Knights looking like they're going to try to get back into this one in the point department as it'll be tied up in the next 5 to 7 seconds.
Oh my, SuMuNs makes him pay. Great shots by Dyslexic, even better shots by SuMuNs. Feint and BGod find themselves getting 2 more kills. BGod does get taken out by SuMuNs. And I want to say one thing. On the side of Shockwqve, he used him. He's getting this decap on the hill right now. He held on to those instants for so long. I thought he was going to use them in one of the bad scenarios, but he actually saved onto him, pushed, got the break that was needed. Even though their capture did come through and they need another break, they put a stoppage to the scoreline for a minute. That's exactly what they need. They get that kill on SuMuNs. After they get this kill on Monkyz, this is where, once again, you need to press forward, knowing that you need these neutralizations, but you can't get greedy. Shockwqve's doing this all by himself. He either needs to get elimination or find a way to stay alive.
What an elimination and a decap, threatening the triple cap domination momentarily. Monkyz and SuMuNs on their last life. Shockwqve will now be on his last life. 3 people on their final to 2 on their final for the Pittsburgh Knights. Identivez will bounce around. He's trying to bait out shots from anybody and anyone, trying to make sure they get into a fight. This is going to be a 1v1. This is huge. Raver's going to push up. If Shockwqve loses this, permanent 5v4 situation. If Raver can win this, this will give them the definitive edge, but he will not win it. The E-Hill being contested. 3 members have died. BGod out. Shockwqve's still alive, but on his last life, Faint has to go. Absolutely huge for his team. He gets SuMuNs down, but doesn't get the kill.
I don't know if this is enough time. I was going to say, I don't know if it's enough time. If Identivez gets this break, it's definitely going to be enough. Win condition towards the top. The COG actually having the Pittsburgh Knights in the late ending portions of the round seem to have pulled it off.
It has taken any and everything out of the Pittsburgh Knights, but ladies and gentlemen, 5-4. They win map number 3. They get a 2-1 victory over Carnage Gaming in scintillating, sensational fashion. It was SuMuNs on your screen right there, leading his team with 1 life in round number 9. He was alive for the first minute or so of that round before he was even challenged in a 2v1. Beautiful job by both of these squads, putting on an absolute showcase in a match for the ages, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely a match for the ages. Even though you, I, a lot of the talent and the chat picked the Pittsburgh Knights to win, if you're on the side of Carnage, whether you're one of those 5 players that went ahead and went through that war, or you're somebody on the Carnage staff or a fan, you need to be proud of that showing. You took what could be one of the best teams in the game to round number 9. On top of that, it went down to the wire. It went down to players running out of lives, even staggering deaths. So you got to go ahead and relook at this matchup, take your notes, do whatever you got to do, but you can't get down on yourself because that was one heck of a showing.
Absolutely picture perfect word by you, talking about how much of a great showing it was, and people are going to get a chance to see another set of highlight reel plays. Both of these teams playing fantastic. It goes the full Monty, the full 9 rounds to get a decided winner who comes out being the Pittsburgh Knights, but make no mistake about it, Carnage Gaming had a lot of highlight reel plays in that action and was able to really push Pittsburgh to their limit in that map number 3.
And that was a better deal than the J Balvin meal at McDonald's, man. You can go ahead and get your Big Mac, your fry, and a McFlurry, and that's exactly what PK is probably looking to do. You talk about those dinner reservations that went at map 3, so they might have missed those reservations, but hopefully for them, this win was enough to suffice their hunger.
Yeah, that was definitely one for the books, and it should suffice anybody's appetite for some brilliant Gears Esports action as we are still, look, ladies and gentlemen, I make no mistake about it. You want to know how good that match was? Just take a look at how long these replays been going on. That tells you that both of these teams put on mini montages for themselves in this map number 3 alone, and they did it in such fashion. I can't be happier for both of these teams. I can't be happier for Pittsburgh Knights fans because they're going to come away still being the most dominant team in the Pro League right now. Meanwhile, Carnage Gaming, they have a lot to hang their hat on. They have a lot to go home and go to bed happy tonight with. This is that final couple of kills that come through the down on SuMuNs rather than the chunk. You see, though, both teams having to go to the wire multiple times. Both teams with 250 score point limit reaches. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Knights, their other 3 victories all came the way of elimination, domination, and PR. That just tells you the slaying capability on that team is bar none, probably the best on the planet.
Especially how quick they move. And you take note of 2 of those wins, rounds number 1, rounds number 5, the longest respawn timers of the game. You go ahead, get a couple of kills, you chain them together, stagger the deaths, and press forward. That's the biggest thing I don't see a lot of teams doing in those big respawn rounds, is pressing forward when needed, going for the triple caps when needed. The Pittsburgh Knights in that one, the rounds number 1 and 5 were actual examples of how you should do it.
And let's take a look back at all 3 of our maps. We started out with an absolute dominating performance by Pittsburgh Knights on District. They get a 5-0 victory over Carnage Gaming there. They moved to Asylum where things got a little shaky for them early. They got into a deficit early, a big hole. They tried to fight back, but they can only get 2 rounds on the board, and they lose map number 2, 5-2. Carnage Gaming really showing us what they're all about. They did not quit. They showed no quit whatsoever. Tenacity, the hunger, the drive to win and try to be the best, capped off with a pretty ugly early rage quit. We go into bunker, and it goes all 9 rounds. Let's not sour this game. It was fantastic. We go to the wire on bunker. Both of these teams putting on a show for everybody. And PR, final thoughts out of me for that matchup. Like you talked about, winning rounds 1 and 5, getting those elimination dominations on your belt, getting those easy kind of round win in. I think something that you take away from this is from the opposite side of that matchup. Carnage Gaming has to be pleased with how they took Pittsburgh Knights to a round 9 on bunker. I don't care if it was their map pick. I don't care if Pittsburgh Knights eventually come out with a win. Carnage Gaming has to be pleased. They come out of qualifiers. This was not a preset Pro League team. This is a team that has had to grind their way into the Pro League and are now showing us each and every match, each and every week, each and every round, each and every moment. They are willing to put in the work to try to win and to try to make their names etched into the histories and the annals of Gears history.
Yep, and they're one of the teams from the Latin American region coming into the day. 5 of the top 6 teams were Latin American teams. 2 of these teams were it. So you got to give both of them a huge round of applause, but you got to go ahead and give an even bigger one to the Pittsburgh Knights. They're a team that has just been dominating Gears Esports, whether by a little bit or a lot. So I'm interested to see how they continue it throughout the season.
Well, look, we're going to get to see how the night finishes out right after this break, because don't go anywhere. My man PR is going to be back to see Vanquish versus Hive, but he's going to be joined by the best in the game right now, in my opinion, Taylor Reflections Noble.